He pulls up on Shigiri. Out of the way, we don't got time for dudes like you. Gone. So Isagi's locked in. Shigiri's sitting there and he's like, stop looking with that glint in your eyes. Shigiri's like getting hyped, he's getting amped. And Shigiri's sitting there on some, no more. And something just snapped. Something inside of me. I didn't care anymore. All I'm gonna say, I'm lost. I'm at a loss for words. I just finished part 1 of season 1 of Blue Lock, and I made a Blue Lock video a couple weeks or months ago. I was enjoying the show, but I did not expect to get as invested into the show as I've gotten. And we're not even done yet. That's the problem. We're only 12 episodes in, and I'm fiending. So I wanted to make a reviewish rantish type of video before the second part of the season comes out, just so I could like expel these emotions from my body and expel these fluids and expel what I gotta say. You know, going into Blue Lock, I did not know what to expect. I did not expect demons. I did not expect serial killers and murderers, and that's kind of what we're getting. If soccer wasn't a thing, I can almost assure you 80% of the people in the facility, they would be criminals. Because some of these people don't have regard for human life. We got Isagi, he was a great character. We got Orochimaru's son, Bachira, Kushina Uzumaki, yeah, I see you. Ichigo Kurosaki, Substitute Soul Reaper, we got him too. Coney from Attack on Titan, but the bootleg version. And we got Orochimaru himself, Kuon, and I'm gonna get to him. Oh, we have Gigamaru, or I don't know, he kind of looks like Omunga. You know that Obama meme? That's kind of what he looks like. His eyes, they kind of scare me, but I like his character. He's a very heartfelt character, and I love him, but he's just scary looking. We have a Denji Bakugo hybrid. It's like a melting pot of different shows just coming together to play soccer, and you gotta love it. That's how I at least look at it. But yeah, I didn't know how deep they could really make this story. They're going up against Baro, who apparently is wielding the Sharingan. If you look at this man, they're making him out to be the second coming of Ronaldo, Messi. I don't know what he is. And this dude Baro, he's causing them some trouble. I mean, it goes from 2 to 3 to 4-0. Isagi's team, they have no chemistry as of right now. But even if they're getting blown out the water, Isagi and Bachira decide they've got to at least score 1. You know, because this is not necessarily an elimination game for them, but they've got to at least show out a little bit. You know, they can't go out like phonies, because that's what they're looking like. So Bachira passes Isagi the ball, and he's turned on the jet. Sonic, he's out of here. And Isagi's got a one-on-one situation with the goalie right now, and Baro kind of just TPs out of nowhere. I don't know where he came from. But then he pulls up on Isagi talking about some, yo, I told you you're not standing out more than me in this bitch. I run this. I'm the king of soccer. I do everything around here. You listen to me. I dare you. Triple dog. Quadruple dog. Dare you to try getting past me. Baro's on some gangster activity. And obviously, if I'm Isagi, I'm clocking out of Blue Lock. My shift's over. But Isagi, obviously, in the face of adversity, he's not going to fold. He delivered a phenomenal pass to his right wing. And Ichigo, who's honestly kind of an MVP caliber player throughout this whole show, he beams that shit right to the goal. And every time they score, I'm getting hyped. They're down 5-1. And I'm thinking they're winning the game still. That's how they got me feeling. And if there's one thing I got to say so far that I would like to see them improve on with the show, it's this CGI. The CGI is very, very noticeable. And it's okay if it's CGI, but it just looks so like odd, and it's not like good CGI by any means. So I would like to see that as an improvement with the show. But yeah, so their first game was an L, whatever. So then they have to go and face Team Y, who's being led by a Tokyo Revengers gang member and kid who thinks he's cool because he has his hair in front of his eyes. His whole gimmick is that he can see like these little intricacies on the field, but he can't physically see. Whatever, okay? I'll let him do what he wants to do, but they gotta win this game. They need teamwork. So then Tokyo Revengers scores 1 goal. They're down 1. Then he makes something happen now. Isagi starts smelling something. He intercepts the ball, and he's about to take a mean shot, but it gets blocked. And then I saw the World Cup. I saw Japan pulling out some phenomenal soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. And this man, Gigamaru, he did that same shit. He damn near got sent out on a stretcher. This ball's hitting out of bounds, and he hits a mean goal. I'm getting hyped. I'm like, okay. But the thing is, this whole series, if we're talking #1 hustler, Gigamaru's that guy. If the whole team was hustling like them, they'd be Team A. They would have lost all their games, not only if it wasn't for Isagi, but Gigamaru and his hustling. He wrapped around the post like Christmas lights. Like he was coming in full fucking speed. And he saved the game. He saved the game. But yeah, no, so they got to make something happen. Nico's bringing down the ball, and then he passes it to his right, Okawa, and he really thinks he's about to get this ball. Isagi, Gigamaru doing his thing, don't get me wrong, but Isagi's pulling up like the MVP of this joint. It's here, isn't it, Nico? This is the place that smells most like a goal, and I'm about to end your whole career. He's the super villain in this joint. You know Nico's having an emotional dilemma when we're seeing his eyes. You know, he's purposely covering them, but if we're seeing his eyes, he's either in go mode or he's about to start crying. And he has some nice ass teal eyes. So I don't know why he's hiding those from the world. He would get all the ladies. But Isagi gives him a beautiful pass up the court to Bachira, and Bachira is taking names! Like, that's all he does every time! And I understand that's his specialty, whatever. Please don't guard Bachira. Unless you want a fractured foot, please don't guard Bachira. And I love his relationship with Isagi, because somehow Isagi runs all the way back up the court and said, let me send Nico back to Hot Topic. Bah! That's it! Game over! And this nigga, Isagi, is the demon of Blue Lock. He needs to be stopped. I've never seen this, and you don't really see him get, like, you start to see him become more of a threat over time. We don't need that sissy shit, because you will never prevail when it comes to sports. And I really hate saying it. You need that mob, you need that dog, that mamba mentality. Shout out to Kobe. That mamba mentality. He said, I crush these people's dreams. I'm sending them home tonight. He walks up to Nico as Nico is on the ground pleading to him. He's in disbelief. Like, why? Why did this just happen? We're on the chopping block. Nico's sitting up here looking like a puppy dog begging for some treats. And we got this man Ego up in his office plotting on some shit. He's probably hoping Isagi kicks him in the head. Isagi's like, damn, this shit feels good. This feels good. I try to get like this every day. And we eating good after this. We got this steak dinner after the... Yeah, no, this was a turning point in the series. I was like, okay, no, this show is filled with villains for sure. Next team, Team W, which consists of these two twin brothers. One of them that's mute for some reason, and the other one can telepathically read his brother's mind and knows what he says. But they think they're hot shit. They really do, and all they really do is pass the ball back and forth with each other, and I'm defending them. They're nothing that special. They have to play as a tag team, and they just go back and forth, and apparently they know Chigiri, and apparently he used to be a dog back in the day. And I was wondering why he was so, like, kept in, you know, why he was very, like, to himself, introverted, and I guess he had an Achilles injury back in the day, and he's scared, which is rightfully so. Achilles injuries, you don't mess with those. But while this is going on, this dude Kuon, he's on a little rampage. I'm like, damn, this guy was this good? And they're beating him like 3-1 or 3-0, whatever. And then for some reason, the other team starts making an easy ass comeback, and he's kind of at fault for it. Like, he was like doing really good, and now he's folding on the team. Like, the thought crossed my mind, and I really don't want to sound like LeBron here, but I was like, damn, what if he like betrays them? And I'm thinking this like an episode ago, because he seemed very, to me, you know, he seemed very, you know, suspicious. And I told you this nigga was Orochimaru. Look at that face. And Blue Lock does a good job at expressing emotion. They get me hating dudes. Like, I saw him smiling there, and I'm like, oh God, let me see him in person. He may have 3 goals. I'm gonna give him 3 kicks to the nose. Isagi thinks he's imagining things, like, and thinks he's maybe going crazy, possibly maybe from the lack of water, the lack of food he's been having, because he's like, am I delusional? Because Kuon never even opens his eyes. He always has his eyes closed, so there's no way he has his eyes open and he's smiling with teeth right now. That's like a rare combo for this man. Brothers basically admit to being not only bad at the sport, but to also getting help from this Kuon character. Then we got a trifecta of trash right here. This is triangular trait of trash. We got 2 brothers who rely on each other to score, and then we got a middleman who's given information from his team to the other team while getting a fake hat trick. These 3 are the types of people. They'll be out in the next selection. We'll see you later. Pack your bags. But at this point in the show, I'm sitting here gripping my legs, gripping I'm gripping parts of my body. Pause. I'm gripping stuff in anger. I'm like, oh, I hate this. So then we pan back to Henri and Ego. I think that's her name. Keep in mind, oh goodness golly, she is bad as hell. I say this about a lot of women. You know, there's Lucy, there's this and that from all these, but she is a special work of a woman. But then this man, Ego, he's no simp. He said, just shut up and watch. Look at this. So then they're stuck playing a 12-on-10. And we're getting a Chigiri backstory right now, so I already know he's about to pop off. I don't know how, but I know Isagi was talking to him the episode prior. So it's just like, there's something about to happen. It's brewing. Isagi is just, he's going berserk at this point. He really doesn't even know what to do, and he's just trying to make something happen. And we got Chigiri standing over there like a traffic cone doing nothing. And the ball's going to Chigiri. He stops it, and he's like a deer in headlights. He's not doing anything. Isagi said, I'm not going home tonight. So then he pulls up on Chigiri. Out of the way. We don't got time for dudes like you. Gone. So Isagi's locked in. Chigiri's sitting there, and he's like, stop looking with that glint in your eye. And the OST in this show hits like a goddamn truck. Chigiri's like getting hyped. He's getting amped. Chigiri's sitting there on some, no more. Then something just snapped. Something inside of me. I didn't care anymore. And then this man broke free from those shackles, and he was out of there. And I was so hyped up seeing this man run at like Mach 5. He was blasting through the competition, and Isagi's like, what's that spell? He's on some Tanjiro shit. He's like, I can spell a goal. I can spell a goal. And this man, Isagi, delivers him a beautiful cross because he gives it right to Kuon. And Kuon thinks this game is over. Shigiri pulls up on some instant transmission. Move. Bye. He's out of there. Good night. And then he hits a little chip right over the defender. Icing on the cake. He kisses it in with his toes. Mwah. It was so graceful, like a little swan, and he steps on that right Achilles and he screams. I'm sitting there like, ah! And that's all they needed. And then Orochimaru is sitting out here trying to make more deals, trying to negotiate with the next team that they're trying to play, even though the next team they're trying to play has been beating dudes like 25-7. And they laugh in his face, as they should, because he needs to be humbled. Send his ass home. Send him packing. Ego, I'm calling you up on your cellular, please. But then for some reason, Purple Hair Buddy is petting this other kid, who he's like acting like he's above him. I don't know what's up with their relationship, but I don't really like it already. And we eventually learn that this white-haired kid whose name is Nagi, he'd even want to play soccer like that, and he's one of those typical anime characters that's like, I'm bored and like I don't even want to do shit, but like he's naturally good at the sport. So they get into the game and they see that Nagi is a nonchalant madman. He scores right off the bat on some athletic Mbappe activity. He hits Kandi with a juggle bicycle kick from like 30 feet out. It was nasty as hell, and Isagi's dumb fat. He's like, damn, we're really getting sent home tonight. And this dude Kuon's just sitting in the corner like a bitch, not even helping his team. So then they're getting dogged 3-0. And it's starting to look like there's no coming back from this. And then, as I said, they gotta awaken. And this man, Bachira, I guess is the first to do this. Because this man, he upgrades his dribble attributes to max stats. Because he takes on the whole entire 11-man roster. You know, regardless of the show, regardless of the genre, sports, shonen, isekai, if a character's saying this is getting fun, and he's hitting a shoulder roll like this, you better watch the fuck out. Jukes one guy rainbow over the other, gets to the goal. He scores this nasty little chip with this little behind the back foot thing, and then he points to the other team like he's All Might versus All For One. Did you see my goal? You saw that? Because it's just as cool as you guys. And guess what? We're all gonna do it again. Y'all ain't got nothing on Team Z. Nagi and you purple-haired freak and you glasses-wearing bitch. But no, the whole team starts turning up, and then Ichigo scores a nasty goal from like 50 feet out, and it's 3-2. They need to do something. And right off the bat, once they get back from halftime, Gigamaru almost scores the nastiest goal of the whole show. I'm telling you, he's the best player. Top left corner, goalie's not getting that, and for some reason, Spectacles pulls up on him. This man, Nagi, claims to not care about soccer, claims to not care about anything. He is a shit talker, though. I'll tell you that much, because he pulls up on Isagi as Isagi's having this mental battle with himself. How are you so confident in your skill, but that you weren't able to shoot the ball? You seem to be very slow mentally. Are you stupid? I don't understand. Like, if I was as bad as you and as sorry as you, I would have quit soccer 10 years ago, because you are just ass. Like, I really would not want to be as bad as you. I just don't. Hey, shut the fuck. Shut up. Shut up, genius. I'm about to get to the good part. See, that was a little corny. Isagi could have said anything else. Like, if someone's talking me as I'm running the field, trying to get to this ball, talking about how I'm that garbage, that trash, whatever, I'm getting that red card. But no, Isagi's in demon timing for sure. And Nagi turns up, and I knew this was gonna happen. You know, everyone's awakening these monsters, and Nagi's doing this shit on autopilot, so he's not even really thinking about what he's doing yet. So if you thought this man was good before, and he's about to beam the shit, end the game, and of course, Kuon tries coming up, saving the day, and tackling the dude to the floor, getting a red card. You know what? Thanks. I appreciate the gesture. But you realize we wouldn't even be in this position if your dumb ass didn't do what you did. And we get to see his eyes, and he actually has some nice little crimson scarlet eyes that have a nice little glisten to him, but that's okay. He's not gonna get me with those. You know, you could try and beg all you want for forgiveness. I'm not giving it to you. But no, they start getting hyped up. And then Kuon's chanting when Kuon's screaming, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little hyped. I'm like, okay, we're getting into it. Isagi eventually figures out like what his gift is, what he's good at, and how he's gonna do it like well right now. But Chira and him, they have this unspoken chemistry, and he hits a mean just volley, just ball doesn't even touch the ground yet. He's about to get Bachira's pass, but Nagi's on his tail, talking about some we meet often, don't we? So he has to make a decision now, and he hits a mean goal top left post, and they win the game. So second selection comes. Apparently Nico stayed because he was the top goal scorer on his team. After getting humbled by Isagi, he was like, I'm gonna go out here next game on my elimination game and I'm gonna score all the goals, and that's what he did, and he was able to stay on the, so that means he scored like 4 or 5 goals, but we're not talking about Nico right now. They go to the second stage, and they find out that there was even 5 buildings in the blue lock, and it was just to give them extra motivation. And he eventually just forms a 3-man team with Nagi and Bachira. Nagi completely betrays the man who brought him into the game anyway. Nagi was not relying on some other dude. Ryo was relying absolutely on Nagi to propel him forward in this, which you can't do. So he's got to learn how to be himself. And then when they meet again, if they meet again, he's going to be on some revenge type shit. You see, and this is how I knew this morning Isagi ate his Wheaties. Because he's faced with the number 1, 2, and 3 top players in the blue lock. And keep in mind, they get to choose who they play in this 3-on-3. Because this is all about forming a team. If your team of 3 beats the other team, you get to draft one of their players and you have to build a team of 5 off of winning. Top 3 players. Isagi being the madman, the dog. You know, this is the type of, in order to be good at sports, you have to be delusional. You have to be crazy, psychotic, sick in the head. Because Isagi walks up to him and he could play any team. You know, Kunigami and Shigiri, they're going to walk through these doors any second and you could theoretically play them and draft one of them. But Isagi goes up to him, talking about, my ego is telling me we're about to take you down. Who are you? You're not the Isagi I know. He walked up to him on some Rock Lee versus Gara shit. Pulls up his little fighting gesture on him. I want to fight him. We're playing soccer, man. Let's get this clear. Why are we fighting? We're not fighting. Isagi, and I'm getting amped. He's getting amped. He's got this aura on him. He's learning how to control his nen. I can guarantee you. He's an enhancer. That's how he's speaking to me right now. But Isagi, he said, I'm gonna take number 1. I'm ranked 68, and I want to take on number 1, 2, and 3. Other than number 1, their team chemistry is off. Nagi, Bachira, and Isagi, this is all about a chemistry. You could tell this is a chemistry exercise. And their team on the left, they just don't got it. This dude's curled up in a ball calling for his mother. He doesn't even want to be here right now, and I know he's putting on a facade and he's about to pull up on some demon timing. He's already a liability to the team. And number 1's selfish attitude and him butting heads with number 2, you could already tell that they're gonna fall apart. But that's basically where we are in the story. That ending song also, opening's good. I've had that ending song though on repeat. Like it was just there. God, that's a good song. That's a good ass song. That's one of the best endings of last year. I don't care. Best ending of 2022 for me. Top 3 at least. Honestly, my only problem with the show is the CGI. That's really it. Other than that, the show is just like, it's everything I want from a sports anime. You know, you don't expect anything deep and you still kind of get deep. Like there's betrayals, like with the Nagi thing, and then people will get like voted out. And we get to the second stage and they have to do this on like an individual level now. And I already know Connie's getting sent home. So pack your bags tonight. You better not even step into that second stage door, because you are going home. And I swear, if I see this man somehow pull up in a 3-man squad and he somehow got through, because this is a tough test. We see Isagi kicking these bullets through these different defenders, these fake defenders and stuff. So if that's what happens and I see Coney pull up again, he must be the best soccer player in the facility. But no, so if I had to give this show a rating, so far, season 1, part 1 of season 1, I think I'm giving it like a 9. Literally, if the CGI was better, it'd probably get a 10. Honestly, OST is good. It does everything I wanted it to do. Great cast of characters, diverse. I love the show. And I can't wait for the next part of the season. And I'll do some reactions. And I'll do like a full-on review, obviously, after it's done. But I just had to make this little rant video because this shit was good. This shit was really good. Like and subscribe to the channel. If you stayed to the end, appreciate you for watching. And yeah, on to the next one.